Hello friends, welcome to Right Clicks with Saravana. This week I am going to talk on a very interesting topic, that's monkey on the back. You know, in any office, the managers remain more stressed than the subordinates. You know, it's often said like managers typically, running out of time, but the subordinates are typically running out of work. Why does it happen so? Is it a case of lack of delegation? I feel it's a case of lack of effective delegation. Let me take you to a scenario. A subordinate coming to a boss, and the boss is busy in some other work, and he's started discussing on a certain thing, saying like, even though it is a delegated task to him, but then he's discussing with the boss saying like, I thought, let me have your opinion, let me have your view, let me have your approval also, and then the boss says, okay, it's fine, let me have a look at it and then get back to you. This is a typical scenario any one of you can really visualize, and you can also feel so. So now, in the Harvard Business Review talks about a 1974 article by Bill Onken. Okay, so that says about who has got the monkeys. I'm taking back to that scenario. When that subordinate came to the boss, he was all stressed up. He was discussing about a particular task, and when the boss finally said like, okay, let me have a look at it and then come back to you, then the subordinate was leaving. While leaving, he was having no stress. He was completely a relieved man. So what exactly has happened? When he was coming, the responsibility of that particular task was with that subordinate. But after a small discussion, when the boss said, okay, let me think over it and come back to you, so that task now is lying with the boss. So that's a monkey. Earlier the monkey was on the back of the subordinate. So now, knowingly or unknowingly, the monkey has been transferred from the subordinate's back to the boss' back. Many a times it happens. You know the reasons why? There are three reasons in my opinion. Number one is, the boss thinks that any problem in the organization is a joint problem. Even though it is a delegated task to a subordinate, but then strongly he feels like it's a joint problem because he has come back to me, it's a joint problem. I should also try to help him out, right? So that is number one reason. Number two reason is, most managers are eager to assume the role of subordinates. The reason is simple, most of us don't really want to give control to the subordinates, right? And the third one is the feeling of deficiency. That's a terminology coined by Abraham Maslow, the very popular psychologist. What he says is, it's a general tendency for a human being that instead of giving back or refusing the monkeys, we generally tend to accept the monkeys. Because if the subordinate starts doing the work, taking the initiative on his own, so we do feel that, we may feel less important, okay, or we may be in a more vulnerable position. So I think these are the three reasons why generally we do accept monkeys without realizing the impact of it. So now what is the solution for this? The solution is simple. As I said, it's effective delegation, right? So it's basically giving the monkey to its rightful owner. You have given a task to a subordinate. You have delegated a task to a subordinate. That means the task is subordinates. So give the monkey to its back. That is giving the problem back to him to handle. It's very easy to say, but it's very difficult. Because empowering the subordinates, that is really what is required, rather than just command and control model of management, which is no more relevant in today's scenario. So now I have two important points when we talk about effective delegation. One is the trust between the manager and the subordinate is very, very crucial to ensure effective delegation. Second is when we always keep giving back the monkeys or refusing the monkeys from coming back to you, the subordinates will start acquiring the skills to handle those monkeys, handle those tasks. And at the same time, you will be relieved from that unnecessary work, so that you will be relieved from that time and you will have more time, your own time to concentrate on your supervisory and other planning related works. HBR talks about management time. So the management time, they say like there are only three types of times. So the number one is boss imposed time. Very simple. If there is a meeting with the boss, that time is, you can't do anything else in that time. It's boss imposed time, right? You can't afford to, do something else during that time, right? And the second one is system imposed time. It's basically the system in the organization, some meetings will be there, or your peers and the colleagues will be expecting you to, spend some time with them. That's all part of the system. You can't always be refusing that. And the third one is self-imposed time. Self-imposed time is all yours. But unfortunately, it is not all yours. That is where these monkeys keep coming to you. So in that self-imposed time, it has two components. The one is subordinate imposed time. Most subordinates, without any malified intention also, they keep coming back to you always. They always try to come to you, to the manager, and try to pass on the monkeys without realizing that they are passing on the monkeys to their bosses, right? So and the second component of this self-imposed time is discretionary time. That is the time completely it's yours. That is the time where actually, it's for you to have plan for your vision, plan your works, and do some supervision and all those things. So friends, what is the takeaway from today's video? Effective delegation is very, very important in any organization. One should always try to increase the discretionary time by way of cutting down the subordinate imposed time. So the only solution for that is give the problem back. Give the monkey to its rightful owner. That's all this week, dear friends. I hope you like this video. Until I see you next week on another very interesting topic. Bye-bye.